Hello everyone. After the Raiden Shogun, I wanted to talk about the new 4-star on her banner. Unfortunately, the same thing applies. We still don't have the skill descriptions in the Content 2.1 preview page. So I'm gonna do the same thing and go over the livestream info and talk about her comps afterwards. So hopefully this will help you decide on whether you want to build her if you happen to get her.
Our third
Alright,
new character for
let's
version
dive right into
2.1
it.
will be Kujou Sara.
Oh, right.
Kujou Sara.
She's
Is a
Okay.
bow wielder with an electrovision, and her elemental ability, Tengu Storm Call, allows her to backdash and gain crow feather cover.
Don't be shy, Zach. Tell us more.
Okay.
The arrow fired will leave a crow feather behind that will trigger Tengu Jurai Ambush, which deals AoE electro damage and also increases the attack of nearby characters.
Oh, I
handy,
love
handy.
that. Yeah, some seriously
That's a lot for an
specialized archer
e-skill.
mechanics.
Yeah, I know, right? So after unlocking the talent Decorum, when Tengu Jurai Ambush hits opponents, Kujou Sara will restore energy to all party members based on her current amount of energy recharge.
Oh,
Alright, I think that's all. Okay, of that in just one skill. So after she presses her E or her elemental skill, she does a backdash, gains a crow feather, and after a successful charged attack, she consumes this crow feather, and it looks like that it triggers an AoE electro explosion on the position of the enemy she hits, and this explosion will grant your party an attack buff. And if you have the passive unlocked, you also generate energy for your team, which is scaling of your energy recharge stat. Wow, that's a lot for an E skill.
cool. I'd like to be her friend.
Yes, Sarah uses her elemental burst, subjugation, Koko Sendo. She will strike a target area with Tengu Jurai Titanbreaker, dealing AoE electro damage and leaving a number of Tengu Jurai Storm Cluster, which then spread out, dealing more instances of AoE electro damage. These Tengu Jurai will also provide an attack bonus.
Oh.
Yeah, Kujou Sara fits
Okay.
really nicely into the support role.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. So, her key ability is pretty simple compared to her E ability. She just deals AoE electro damage and summons these 4 lightning strikes that spread out in each direction. And they deal AoE lightning damage as well, electro damage as well, and grant an attack bonus. And I'm not sure, she didn't clarify if they restore energy, but that might be the case. So let's move on to the team composition. So I thought about her kit, and she doesn't seem like she does a lot of electro application once she leaves the field. So it's not like Fisher that she can summon Oz and she triggers a lot of electro reactions. So I assume she is used in team compositions that aren't centered around elemental reactions. So I would play her in a Geo comp with, for example, Ningguang, or in a physical comp with, for example, Eula, or in a Nemo comp with, like, Zhao, for example. So let's just put some main DPS that fit that criteria in here, and I'll clarify after. Okay, sorry, Shin Yan mains, you don't fit in the role. So Ningguang, obviously, the best Geo main DPS, Eula the best physical main DPS. Some people play Rosaria as a physical DPS, some people play as support, she works either way, fine. Razor, really good main DPS as physical. Keqing can be a physical main DPS. And Zhangling, there's a popular build with the Crescent Pike as a physical DPS. Noel only really works with Constellation 6 as a DPS, but if you have her, she is decent. Zhao, obviously a really good main DPS that doesn't require you to do elemental reactions. So for supports, let's just get them out of the way. Everybody knows that the Archons are really great supports. Mona, you can just randomly throw in there, and her Q damage will apply another damage multiplier, so why not? I kind of think that the Electro Archon really would fit a team with Sara, because you can buff attack and on top of that buff elemental burst damage, and as you can see, a lot of these characters like Ningguang, Eula, and I guess Noelle, maybe, I don't know if it works, and Zhongli, Venti, Mona, obviously, they deal a lot of damage with her Q skill, so she would boost them as well. So, obviously, you can run a Geocomp and throw in, like, either Diona, Bennett, Jean, whatever healer you prefer to use. I think most people prefer Bennett, so let's use them for this. You can obviously use Eula, and you obviously already get your superconduct, so in this case I wouldn't recommend using the Electro Archon. I think you get more use out of other supports. If you have a C6 Rosaria, she is obviously good as physical support. Zhongli is obviously great, so you have options there. Same here, you get your superconduct, and you only need to... You could even pick Mona here, and you can freeze Rosaria's Q and... Mona's Q with Rosaria's Q, and you can just wail on them with her spear because she won't shatter the freeze effect. And you could use Razor. You double up on the Electro element. I'm not a huge fan of that, but you could use, for example, Diona instead of Bennett, and you get your superconduct, and you are still very flexible in the last slot. You could use Zhongli there, or Mona, or whatever you like. Kitching, same thing like Razor pretty much. For jungling, you probably need as well, you need her as well, because it makes you more flexible in the last slot. On the other hand, if you want to use another cryo support, if you have a C6 Rosaria, it's great because you get the Pyro resonance on top of that. And Noelle, probably you want Zhongli as your support because you get the Geo resonance. I completely forgot about him, but you can even pick Albedo here. I don't know where he is right now. And Zhao, obviously the most flexible. You can pick anything here. Probably Zhongli, or... I don't think Raiden is good with Zhao, because I don't think after he pops his Q ability, his normal attacks are counted towards like his elemental burst ability, so he probably wouldn't be getting a burst from Raiden's elemental burst buff. So yeah, these are some possible compositions, and I think this is where Kujou Sara fits. She is not an elemental reaction comp enabler. I realized I completely forgot to talk about artifacts and weapons, so let me just do this right now. I think there's only one option for artifacts. The 4P set bonus of the Noblesse set is really good because it increases her attack buffing capabilities, and that's probably the main thing she does in a similar way to Bennett. And for weapons, the Noblesse set gives her 20% Q skill damage. She could double up on that and give her a stringless, but I don't think Elemental Mastery is that important on her because I don't think she belongs into an elemental reaction comp. So maybe a sacrificial bow or whatever bow you want to use with energy recharge might be better. And with this, we actually made it to the end. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you got anything out of this, and see you again when the next banner releases. Until then, have fun and David, and bye bye.